Hello, Scorpio. I hope that you guys are doing well. Welcome. Today, we're going to be taking a look to see how your person is dealing with your absence. So, first, let's see how they're portraying themselves versus how they actually feel about the situation. We have the Hermit reverse. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo. Okay. The Magician, Virgo again, mixed with Gemini. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles, Virgo again. There's a lot of Virgo in this read. Holy crap. All right, I'll take them. We also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is somebody, at least in regards to the way that they're portraying themselves, they're somebody who is not just manifesting or putting energy out there, utilizing their talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, right? They're taking action towards the things that they want, the things that they desire, the things that they feel like they need to master within themselves, especially regarding their finances. So the way that they're essentially like showing up to others, for instance, is yes, they do feel some level of abandonment. They feel left out. They feel sad in their mind. Sometimes they could be feeling either victimized or like the actual victim within the connection. It can also be somebody who feels like they're not really able to express themselves emotionally. So it feels like because they're having a hard time expressing themselves emotionally, because they're having a hard time seeing it in a different way or being able to deal with the abandonment or whatever it may be, it seems like they're more so focusing on what it is that they can control versus what they can't. And so I think that this person has done some work, at least the way that they're portraying themselves. They've done some work and they're ready to kind of get out there. They're ready to put their powers to use. They're ready to go to the gym. They're ready to write that book. They're ready to da 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 da. And it almost feels like they're using this sense of abandonment or like something is missing, almost like they're utilizing it as fuel for what they're doing, for what they're working on. Kind of like Taylor Swift, right? When she has a breakup, she creates a song and it becomes like, a number one Billboard hit. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying your person's writing a number one Billboard hit, but it's something like along those lines. They may be collaborating with another person. Maybe they're working with an acting coach. Maybe they are, collaborating with people on social media. There's something that they're trying to do that is going to lead to their ultimate success. So they seem to be very future focused. I also think that a lot of this has to do with them wanting to get on the same page with you and then maybe feeling like if they work on themselves, if they show that they're putting in an effort, that maybe that'll bring you back or that'll draw you in or something like that. So it doesn't feel negative per se. Tell me about that Hermit reversed. The Page of Swords reversed. This person, people may view this person as a little paranoid or like they're overthinking things a little bit. People may view this person like they are assuming certain things about you. People may assume that they're maybe spying on you a little bit, maybe not with the best intentions, right? And so I feel like they want it, yeah, because I think that they view you as this person, the Empress, the creme de la creme, right? The queen of all queens or the king of all kings, whatever gender you gender you identify with. Okay. So let's see what they are actually feeling. Because portraying something is one thing, feelings are another. So let's see. The Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Five of Swords reversed. And the Devil. One more. All right, I said one more, not four more. Can I have one more, please, for this person's feelings? I'll take this first one. The Five of Wands. Ooh. Is that Queen of Pentacles reversed Scorpio? No. So this is them. So this might be a feminine read. Okay, so it might be reversed for some of you. If you're a woman, this might be you. This person is feeling some type of way. They're certainly feeling insecure. They may not be feeling totally independent. I think it's something that they're working on because that Eight of Pentacles is there. This is somebody who just feels at a loss. They feel at a loss. I think that there's a very strong attachment that they have, and it's hard for them to let go of that. And this may be someone who's like, you know what, I'm really upset, and I think I'm just going to start some drama because I want Scorpio to talk to me. Or, maybe this is somebody who's very conflicted about how to let go if they are trying to let go. But a lot of insecurities are very much festered inside of this person. And I think that they kind of feel like they have something to prove a little bit. And the thing is that we've all been there, just how it works. We've all been there because we're human beings, and that's how human beings work. We're all inherently flawed, and we can also be incredibly wonderful at the same time. And so I feel like this is just where this person is at. So, like I told you, they're working on their talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. Okay? They are doing that. And I also feel like it's coming from the void of you. Tell me about that devil. Tell me about that devil. The King of Pentacles reversed. Well, if this person is a feminine, then that would make you the masculine, even if it's a same-sex relationship. So I feel like this person feels this way about you. Now, the funny thing is that this person feels like you guys are some form of a vibrational match because the Queen of Pentacles is here, as is the King of Pentacles. They just happen to be in reverse. So this person feels like the two of you are not at your best individually and together. And this is somebody who may feel like you were using them in some way. This person may feel like you were either taking advantage, or, it was always like a tit for tat energy, always 50 everything, or you just really kept score. You were incredibly stubborn. And they could be like, why am I so attached to this person? You know, why am I so attached to Scorpio if like this is how they make me feel? What's that Five of Wands? The Star. Because they want to heal things. It's like there's this small part of them that still has this hope, but they probably feel silly about it, in my opinion. Let's see how they're coping. The Knight of Wands reversed. The Ace of Cups. This could be a very creative person. Maybe they're into art or writing or something like that, but it looks like they don't have a whole lot of direction. There's the Queen of Wands. Okay. How is this person coping with Scorpio's absence? Oops. The Queen of Swords reversed. There's a loss of control over their emotions. They feel at some point they may have lost control over their emotions, or whatever the case may be. And so I think that they're trying to have a victory in that, or trying to control that essentially. This person kind of does have a little bit of a lack of direction. They may be feeling like they need to try to get your attention in ways that, that they shouldn't be, or, maybe they're partaking in some activities that are a little maybe not the best for them, right? But I feel like this person has heart, and I feel like they want to offer it to you, most likely. But at the same time, this is somebody who understands that they have perhaps been a little overly emotional, and quite frankly did lose control of their emotions. And so now, because this person feels like they dropped the ball, or they did lose control over their emotions, they're kind of getting in this mind frame of, you know what, I need to do better, I need to look better, I need to be better, I need to stop giving so much about this, I need to stop caring so much about this, I need to just accept what happened, I need to accept myself, I need to start taking initiative in my own life. I think that this person does have a lot of love to give, but it's like they're kind of switching the way that they're showing up. So, like for instance, you know, somebody goes through a breakup and they feel a little lost, right? Knight of Wands reversed, but they have a lot of love to give, but they're realizing that it can no longer show up or be delivered in the way that it has been, right? So maybe this person used to just be like pouring everything into people and just super lovey-dovey, and then they're realizing like maybe they got taken advantage of, and now they're having to be kind of like that Shira 7 kind of bad bitch right vibe, or whatever it is. Okay, apply it how you may, but and I think it's because they want to be able to be in control of their emotions and they don't want to feel insecure. So let's see where this is headed. Whoa. Page of Pentacles reversed. Not my favorite. Let's see. Justice reversed. Ten of Wands reversed. King of Swords. I feel like you're going to be the one to communicate if I'm going to be honest with you. I do. You seem to be showing up as a little detached, like you seem to be being quite fair, but more so making head over heart decisions. It doesn't really feel, let's see what's going on with that King of Swords. What are they doing? The Moon reversed. I need one more. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. Having a conversation around how fears or self-sabotaging behaviors have caused you to repeat cycles, or how it caused the both of you to repeat cycles in some kind of scenario, but it feels like it's too much to handle. It feels like so much damage has already been done that it's almost impossible to make it right, or there's just this missed opportunity, and I don't really know if this person is really interested in making the full-blown effort, and I feel like it's because this individual feels like you're speaking from ego, whether that's true or not. Yeah, look, and that King of Cups reversed, this person may feel like you're kind of full of it a little bit, and it doesn't mean that you are. It's just maybe how this person is essentially perceiving it, because I think for this person to love in a certain way, and from going from that to very detached and like, yeah, I don't care what anybody thinks, bad bitch mode, I guess you could call it, for lack of a better term. There's a reason why. And so while I don't know the situation personally or anything like that, I don't really see anything being made right, or no truces or handshakes, really. It just seems like it's almost too much to bear, almost too much for both parties to handle. It's like, where do you really go from here? Can you tell me about that Knight of Wands reverse for how this person is coping with Scorpio's absence? The Ten of Swords reversed. Not really sure how to fully let go, not really sure how to fully end it. Did I waste my time? I feel like I poured and I poured and I poured into this and I really didn't get my needs met. That's how this person feels. So they're like, well, time to focus on creativity, or time to focus on me, right? Because the Queen of Wands is Aries energy, and Aries is always kind of, for the most part, Aries is going to put themselves first, okay, within reason. Your advice is balance spirituality and practicality, and then you also have Venus. Interesting. So this is basically saying, when it comes to things like, sleep, meditation, a spiritual practice, journaling, whatever it is that you deem as spiritual versus your work, your day-to-day, working out, things like that, it's asking you to find balance in those things and potentially find love for those things again. Put love into the things that you adore, that make you you, that you find valuable. And not just what you find valuable, but how can you add value to your day to day? How can you add value to your spiritual practice? And so I feel like this is more so also about like giving and receiving love in the same note. and understanding that regardless of the situation, if you can show up in love, you will receive it tenfold. So, Scorpio, that is what I have for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can visit my website, violettaalexis.com. And if you are interested in creative writing or poetry, you guys can follow my YouTube channel. It's called Where Dead Flowers Bloom, and it is on YouTube. Again, all of that information can be found in the description box below. Thanks a lot, Scorpio, and best of luck. Bye for now.